I had a really good follow-up question actually from a video I posted around the difference between performance and potential, this idea of delivering today and sort of building for tomorrow. I had a couple of people reach out to me asking for some specific examples. So I think that one of the examples I think that certainly resonates for me, and I've seen a lot, is an example is when you're making decisions around succession planning. Where do you index? So a good example would be if you have a role that you're planning to fill, you can look at then your potential successor, and there'll be some people there who could be like really obvious successors, and that could be based around performance. So you might have some people saying, yeah, they've done similar roles, or maybe they've done the exact same role. They're probably people we can plug and play into the role, and they'll be performing very, very quickly. They're perceived as safe. But the chances are maybe while they're high performers, maybe that they're not necessarily going to elevate the position. So they're a steady pair of hands, but they're not going to set the world on fire. Or maybe they're very experienced to the point that actually they may be retiring soon. And therefore actually, although they'll hold the role, the learning they get from that role, it won't be used by the organization because they'll exit the company, they'll retire, and all that learning will go with them. If you look more widely than at the talent pool, we say, well, there's some other people here that haven't done the role before. They haven't done that, but they're seen as high potential people. They've got great learning agility. Their track history suggests they can learn very, very quickly. If they did the role, they would learn a lot, and actually it would give them some experience and skills to take them to the next level. So this is a role that incubates them for a future senior position. What about that person? And then the debate often goes, oh, deliver today, safe pair of hands, that person's done the role before, we'll go with the safe option around performance, versus, well, what about build for tomorrow, having this person who's now had those skills and is available then for future roles. And inevitably, organisations that index a little bit too much on deliver today, they go for the safe option, which tends to, basically, you replicate the sort of the norm. So if your leadership is white middle-aged male, you get a lot of white middle-aged males turning up in these leadership roles. Similarly, if you push yourself and say, actually, let's go and look more widely at the diverse younger talent, you would typically find then a different demographic of talent available for you. So there are real trade-offs around this. In some roles, you really do want a safe pair of hands. But I find most organisations are probably risk averse. The people who are making the decisions are typically maintaining a status quo, not necessarily on purpose or intentionally, but same is safe and different is danger. That's our evolutionary programming. So we tend to predicate ourselves towards safe options. And I think that's where you need very strong support from your business partners, from your HR teams, and from your talent professionals. Say, look, we've really got to think about this not delivering just for today, but for tomorrow. What's the future profile need to look like? And that will tend to push decision more then towards the wider talent pool, where it's not about proven performance, it is actually about potential, which is often where your more diverse, younger candidates come through. So that for me, that's probably the most obvious example of where this paradox between performance and potential can often play out. Hope that helps.